You've just landed in the music landing zone. I'm talking about a very exciting album today. It's 2001 Muse Origin of Symmetry. This is the second album by British rock trio Muse. This album is fantastic. I'll start off by saying that. This album, where do I even begin? Well, I'm going to pick a place to begin. We're going to begin with that album art on this one because I have a thing to say about this one. It's a little personal anecdote. I don't know what it is about the Origin of Symmetry album art, but it gives me this vibe. It's always given me this vibe when I look at this artwork. It's got this spacey, weird, maybe like dark nostalgia sort of feeling going on. It's got this, I don't even know what you'd exactly call it. Maybe it's somewhat similar to the back rooms internet phenomenon that's cropped up over the past few years. Maybe that kind of a vibe and a feeling from this album artwork. But the songs on the album, well, this is maybe Muse at their most prog rock. It's Muse maybe at their most rocky and direct, like just cutthroat kind of music here. It's very heavy, it's rocking, it's space rocky, it's got these synth arpeggiated sequences all over the place. It's great. It's a little bit, I mean, Muse is always theatrical to some degree, but this album really sees Muse at a less theatrical point than they would go on to in their later albums. I mean, yeah, if you've heard any of those, you know how giant and bombastic they would end up sounding. This is, by comparison, relatively tame in that regards, but it is not tame in pretty much any other regards. So yeah, this album, it's a personal favorite. It's Muse. I love Muse. It's fantastic stuff. So I got into Muse, I want to say 2013, maybe around there. My older brother was into this band and he showed me this band. He put the Black Holes and Revelations album onto my tiny little iPod, and one day while I was nearly asleep, the song Glorious came on, which is the bonus track from that album. And man, something about that song when I was half asleep, it just hit me like crazy. I had to go listen to the full album after that. I got really into that album. I got really into Muse, and then eventually really into this album. I'm going to be doing a little track by track review here if you want to follow along. This album is absolutely killer. So track 1, Newborn. It's got fantastic keyboard intro here. Just a great keyboard intro. I mean, this intro inspired my own music. This is just really iconic in my mind. Yeah, so it starts out with that, and you get a little bit of this subdued bass line going on. Matt's singing is absolutely great throughout. It crashes into this massive guitar riff. It goes into this great rhythm guitar playing after that with a driving bass line from Chris, and the vocal kicks back in, and with the chorus it just crashes in powerful and driving stuff with a memorable melody. And I love the tremolo guitar picking style solo on this track. Excellent track. Track 2 is called Bliss. It comes in with a beautiful, dreamy, sci-fi sounding arpeggiated synth. The main guitar riff comes in. It reminds me a little bit of Smells Like Teen Spirit or Threes and Sevens by Queens of the Stone Age. It's got kind of a similar riff structure there. Love the lyrical content on this track. Matt begging for the peace and joy in somebody else's mind. How interesting is that? Interesting perspective on possibly a romantic interest, perhaps. The chorus is this swooping, lush explosion that makes you feel like you're floating there. Man, it's great. That spacey outro with that same arpeggiated synth keyboard sequence, it's a fantastic way to take you out. That brings us right to track 3, Space Dementia. Is one of my favorite songs of all time, not just one of my favorite songs on the album. Let's start off by saying that I love Space Dementia. The dark and spacey intro keys crash into this sweeping piano riff that soon gets accented by fantastic bass work and a perfectly grimy drum groove. Matt's vocal delivery here is insane. I love how his voice seems to break from the emotional strain. The chorus peels back to arpeggiated synth sequences with a funky walking bass line. The line, "I'd cut your name in my heart," has always been one of my favorite Muse lyrics. Actually, that whole verse is pure angsty poetry to my ear. The outro is this crazy, crushing cacophony of catastrophic contortions. It's fantastic. Track 4 is Hyper Music. I love the main riff on Hyper Music. Matt's singing just perfection again. That bass line that kicks in after the intro riff is also amazing. This song is fast and aggressive. I adore this track. The pre-chorus with this deranged sounding 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of count up. It's got this vocal thing going on to it, and it just leads into this flying chorus of aggression and rage. Fantastic outro again as well. This distorted ambience that leads directly into the next track. And what is that next track? Of course, it's the iconic track 5, Plug In Baby. So yeah, the distortion from Hyper Music leads perfectly into this. This track sees Matt break out one of the legendary Muse guitar riffs. Also, I really want to highlight the fantastic bass riff here. It's always been one of my favorite crisp bass lines, crushing stuff here. In the verses, you get these faint hints of guitar plucking that accent the point of the song brilliantly. The chorus is just this explosive, straight 8 riff of glory. In the final chorus of the track, it really builds the main chorus riff into the main hook riff in a genius way. Plug In Baby, you know, it's fantastic, guys, come on. Citizen Erased is track 6. Citizen Erased, come on. One of the best songs on the album without doubt in my mind. The main riff here is iconic, almost prog metal sounding. It's a behemoth riff. Fantastic vocal melody and delivery from Matt. Again, Dominic Howard holding onto the track with a steady and fantastic drum beat. This track's huge riff peels away to a slower bass riff, complemented by delicate vocals from Matt. The vibe switch-ups on this track are immaculate. I really want to highlight the dynamics and the highs and the lows of the energy of this track. It's brilliant. The lead guitar and soloing throughout all fits the vibe perfectly. The outro builds piano playing into the track, along with this phased sort of effect that this pulsating phaser sort of effect that leads into the next track, which is track 7, Micro Cuts. I love the bass riff here accompanying this arpeggiated guitar playing, this plucking going on. This track is especially notable to me for its insane vocal performance, its insane singing. Matt hits some ludicrous high notes here, and the chorus feels like insanity has descended upon Earth. Love the new riff that pops in near the end of the track and just goes nuts, goes crazy, almost like a hyper music type riff again near the end. And that brings us into track 8, Screenager. This track is a whole different vibe from the previous tracks, and yet it fits in. It's got this dark acoustic guitar playing, bongo type percussion. It's going on in the background. The chorus brings in an arpeggiated synth line, and it's just gorgeous. For me, the vibe of this song really puts my imagining in like the dark and lost corners of a swamp. And Matt and co just around a campfire, like I shouldn't be here. Slightly creepy, but not in like a horror type way. But there's just an off vibe in a brilliant kind of way here. Fantastic vibe switch up, because this does not sound anything like the rest of the album really. Which leads us into track 9, Dark Shines. This track feels spacious. I love the womp 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 bass line going on in the verses. It feels almost spaghetti western to me in the verses, but more like you're stuck on the side of the road in the heat of summer or something. It's absolutely great. That wob wob bass line has inspired some of my own bass work in some of my own songs. It's absolutely great. I love Dark Shines. The song crashes into the chorus with these crazy piano stabs, and then we get another bombastic chorus on this album. I adore the guitar solos across this track. While it's not the same vibe as Screenager, I get such a crazy visual in my mind with this track. It's fantastic. It's a perfect mix of heavy parts and softer parts, along with yet another impassioned vocal delivery from Matt. It all works together to create an unforgettable track in Dark Shines. We're moving on to track 10, Feeling Good. This track is a cover. Oh gosh, I'm gonna blank on who was the original composer of this track. Put it in the comments, or I'll just look it up after too. But yeah, I have to mention with this track, if you've never seen it, go find the live version where Matt swears a million times in this song, because the radio station or whatever they were playing at told him not to swear, despite there having never been swearing in a Muse song at this point. So to spite them for not actually knowing anything about the band, Matt does this absolutely hilarious version of this song. It's really great. I'll keep this review moving along by just saying that Muse takes this song, makes it their own. This is a great cover version. Track number 11, Megalomania. Megalomania greets you in Matt's Church of the Lost, with a huge church pipe organ, amazing bass work from Chris, this strumming acoustic guitar line. This track is a fantastic, great build-up song, just getting more and more crazy as it goes along. And the chorus on Megalomania is once again just crazy, grand, huge, epic, and that takes you out of the album. It's all just fantastic stuff. So that brings us to, well, you heard what I said. It's great, great, great. What do I give it out of 10? I had been really considering what I give an album like Origin of Symmetry. I had some lower grades comparatively speaking, in my mind. I had some higher grades, comparatively speaking, in my mind. But the more I listened, the more I thought, I need to stick to what I hear and to my life, my ears, my heart, my musical tastes. So for me, Muse, Origin of Symmetry, 2001, gets a coveted perfect 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, sub, comment, share. You know how it goes. I'm trying to reach all the music fans out there. I'm trying to reach the Muse fans. I've also got community posts up. I love community posting. There's quizzes, there's polls, there's just general updates. You can come and chat there. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.